Hello guys, welcome back to another lecture in this course. In this video, we shall be looking into tuple. So a tuple is a collection of elements that are ordered and immutable. And we have been looking into mutable and immutable. When we say immutable, this means that the elements in a tuple cannot be changed after we have created the tuple. And the syntax for a tuple, for example, you have always start by putting the tuple variable, the variable name here equals to, then it is represented by brackets, because on list we use a square bracket, but on tuple we use the bracket to represent the elements. So here you put your elements inside the bracket. The elements, either you are having 3 or 5 elements, let's say here element 1, then element 2. You can have as many elements as you want. And also tuple can be created using a keyword tuple. For example, here you put a tuple variable name, tuple variable name here equals to, then you use a keyword tuple. Then inside here you put the elements that you want. But here you only put one element. You can put only one element. Meaning, for example, let us do the following. Let us take a look into this practically. So we are going to start by using this concept where we create a tuple using bracket. Let us create a tuple of numbers. Let's say my underscore tuple is equals to bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we print my tuple here. My underscore tuple. Or we can have a list. Let us say list tuple is equals to 1. Let us put even numbers 2, 4, 6, and 8. This is my tuple. What we can now do is converting this tuple, this list here, into a tuple so that we can meet this concept. We have to convert this list here into tuple by using the keyword tuple. So let's say list 2 underscore tuple. So these are the two methods that we can use. Then here we use the keyword tuple. Then we pass the variable as element list underscore tuple here. Then we can now print the tuple. Print list of list 2 tuple here. Now let us run our code. Right, as you can see here, this is how we create a tuple. It's either by converting a list to a tuple, or we can just go directly by putting a bracket here. How do we access elements inside a tuple? Accessing elements inside a tuple. So in most cases we always use index to indicate the position of the element that we want to access. For example, here we can say my tuple. You can say my underscore tuple. Then we pass on the index that we want to fetch. We run our program. Then we get 2 because this is our index that we want to access. This is our tuple. So 0, 1. That's why we get 2 here. And also we can access multiple elements, because here what we did, we just access a single element here. Single element. But to access multiple elements we use slice tuple. Then here now we use slice. Let us say 1 and let us use 3. Then we run our code. So we can access 1 and this value here, because it's 0, 1, then 2. So why we are going to add 2? Because here I said it is 3 minus 1. So we get this element here. That's why we get 2 and 3. And it is denoted, tuple are denoted in brackets. So we have also another concept in tuple that we call packing. So we can unpack and pack a tuple. And this unpacking and packing a tuple, it can be used to group related data and assign them to variables in a single step. For example, let us say hash tuple packing. Tuple packing. So when we are packing a tuple, for example, let's say we are having a list, we are having a student, and in the data for the student, in this tuple, we are having the student name, let's say Peter, and at the same time we are having the student surname, let's say Mike, that's the surname, and the age, let's say 45, and the country, let's say Tanzania, here, that's the country name. So what do you do now? This is what we call packing. I have packed a tuple. So when we are unpacking a tuple, we are going to assign this data into a variable. Let's call it tuple unpacking. Tuple unpacking. Right. So on tuple unpacking, we are saying here our name, then followed by surname, followed by age, then lastly the country is equals to student. So we are saying in tuple packing and unpacking, it is used to group related data and assign them to variable in a single entity or in one step. So let's say print name, print surname, print age, print country. Right, so what we are doing here, we are unpacking the elements. So we run, we can see that we have packed the elements here, and now we are unpacking the element, as you can see, by printing these elements out. So this is called tuple packing and unpacking, and it allows you in most cases to work with multiple values as a single entity, as you can see here. Let us say my tuple to check the mutable state of a tuple. So we are going to try to add some elements there or to modify. And what will happen, we get an error. Tuples are immutable. We can't modify tuples. So let us run here. As you can see here, we are getting what we call a type error because tuples are immutable. So to handle errors, we do what we call try. If you are running a program that you are not sure that it will raise an error or not. So let's say try my underscore tuple, try my underscore tuple, then we are trying to modify again. Even though you know that an error might rise, but if you are not sure, it means you use try and except. So except if it rises an error, then you write the name of the error here. You call it type error because you don't want users to see these errors. So you write try, then you type try as, let us say as error here. Then we print error. So if we run our code and give us an error, instead of getting this red lines, and instead of getting the noises, we only get this statement that tuple object does not support item assigned, meaning we can't modify the tuple. Okay, we can't change the tuple because tuples are immutable. Even if we want to delete, okay, even if we want to delete, we still receive a type error. For example, try my tuple underscore tuple. Here, let us delete 1. So it means let us use the keyword delete to delete here. Now, let us see the exception which is going to write the except. So we're going to say except the type error. There's going to be a type error because the lists we know that they can't be modified and they can't be deleted. They are immutable. Except error here, print error, print error. So when we run our code, we'll get object does not support item deletion. We shall end here. See you on the next lesson. Bye bye.